Good morning, everyone. Konnichiwa. Hello. On behalf of Indo-Japanese Association, we welcome all the Ikebana participants, students, for today's demonstration. Myself, Pratik Joshi, I am working as an administration manager at Indo-Japanese Association Mumbai office, located at Kalahoda, Fort, Mumbai. Indo-Japanese Association has entered in its 66th year and is oldest bilateral economic and cultural association formed in the year 1954 for promoting Japanese culture, Japanese language, and Japanese arts. Ikebana Study Group of Indo-Japanese Association was founded in the year 1973 by Grandmaster T.T. Pitawala for promotion of better knowledge and appreciation of Japanese art of flower arrangement, popularly known as Ikebana. Ikebana classes are conducted for last 50 years at the premises of Indo-Japanese Association by our dedicated team of teachers. Currently, all the classes are conducted by Mrs. Purnima Shah, who is Ikebana enthusiast, and she has teaching experience of more than 25 years at Indo-Japanese and is first master Pohara School of Ikebana, Japan. Indo-Japanese Association has a vast library and various books are kept on Ikebana for display and for use for all the students. We have various courses right from elementary, basic level, secondary, semi-advanced, advanced to teacher training level. We train our students for appearing Ohara School of Ikebana exam. Indo-Japanese Association conducts exhibitions, demonstrations at various schools and colleges in and outside Mumbai. Now I wish to make a small announcement to all the participants. To ensure the smooth flow of demo session, we request all the participants to keep their audio on video on mute. Kindly put all your questions in Zoom chat box, which will be answered shortly by our Ikebana team. Now I will introduce our today's demonstrator, Ms. Purnima Shah. Ms. Purnima Shah is an Ikebana teacher. As I have mentioned earlier, she has more than 25 years of teaching experience and she has authored and released the book titled Silence Speaks, which was inaugurated by the ex-Consul General Yoshiaki Ito and our Ikebana founder, Mrs. T.T. Pitawala. Ms. Purnima Shah has won many awards and accolades, and she has taken interest in teaching and spreading awareness about Ikebana and conducted demonstrations at various schools, colleges, and various art institutes in and outside Mumbai. Now we will share the screen and spotlight our today's demonstrator, Ms. Purnima Shah.
Namaste and good morning. I welcome you all to join us to promote Ikebana art and appreciate the Ikebana art. This is the approach what we have in Ikebana study group. I thank Pratik to introduce Ikebana study group as well as me, but I believe that my work should speak about me. Keeping the aim of spreading and promoting Ikebana art, this demo has been organized in the same sphere to I should say that to the students or to the people who will like to know more about Ikebana and who will like to join and learn the Ikebana. For this, any art form needs formal training. And for this, you need a formal training as well as practice to master this art. Now, when you want to join any art institute or anything, you will like to know about it. So Pratik gave you brief about our Ikebana study group. And the first question I will like to address is, what is Ikebana? As you all know, Ikebana is a Japanese art of flower arrangement, and it is made of two words, Ikeru and Hana. Ikeru means to live and Hana means flowers. So the art emphasizes nature, season, colors, simplicity, and minimalism in their creation. So by learning all this, you will achieve a good balance and good arrangement. Now, second question which arises to know how it has been developed. We can really Google down and know a little bit more about it, but I will give you a little brief about it. Just as a dance and music, which has a roots in the temple in India, the same way is with Ikebana. The offering of flowers at the feet of Buddha is a religious practice among Buddhists. And with the Buddhists, as the religion spread from here, from India to other Asian countries, this tradition also went from here to other part of the countries. Now, being a Japanese, very, very precise and have got very good aesthetic sense, they made such a simple practice into a beautiful Ikebana art. The monk, in the beginning, the Buddhist monk used to practice of offering the flowers. Now that offering of the flowers has turned it into art. So it has been you can say the pioneer of this art is a Buddhist monk. And so the background of Ikebana is a spiritual, it has got a lot of spiritual meaning behind it. Now, as one title of our title of the demonstration is simplistic and minimalism. So, I said, the Ikebana is with the simple of the material, simple of the lines, very less material, and less is more for any arrangement you do. You don't need number of flowers or a beautiful material, just with the simplest of garden flower or flower, what you see, wild flower, you can make the arrangement. You have to bring out the individuality of each flower by placing them in such a way that there is a space between the arrangement. So the Japanese people say that the wind can pass through your arrangement. And as I said, less is a more is the fundamental of an Ikebana arrangement. The second line in the title says, what is Ikebana? So Ikebana, I just said in a brief that it's a Japanese art, and you really need to learn to appreciate it. We all like to have flowers in the house, but if we can arrange it in a beautiful fashion, your creativity is also enhances and you can really achieve something out of it. Now the next is different approach. Now what do we mean by different approach? So actually I wanted to take a different approach and I was insisting that we should take a different approach. So in Japanese traditional house, there was a tokonoma where they used to keep the one side, you can see in the picture of a tokonoma, where you can see the screen of a calligraphy or a scroll of a calligraphy or a painting, and then there is a next is a Ikebana. Now, on the other side, you can see the antiques of their era. So there is a specific place where they used to keep the Ikebana arrangement. Now with the lot of Western influence and everything, our houses in India as well as in Japan has changed a lot to accommodate a new lifestyle. We in India, though we never had a tokonoma, but in Japanese house also there is no tokonoma where they can really place the arrangement. To suit their new lifestyle and new architectural home, their Ikebana has gone quite in advance to place them in a different places. So you have to choose the place where you will like to put up your arrangement. For that, you really have to know a little bit about the interiors as well as Ikebana, how it goes hand to hand together. Now, as we know, there is no tokonoma. We have a side table, console, another spaces where we will like to put the art. Any art needs its right place, like whether it is a sculpture or it's a painting. If you don't put it in its right place, it loses its beauty. So the same thing is with the Ikebana. Keeping that in my mind, I have come up with this demonstration where I will go first. As I said, the base of the Ikebana is an offering to God. So we will start the demonstration first for the offering of the arrangement to the God and my teachers and my mother, who were the pioneer for me to learn the Ikebana. Then we are taking different places where you can put your arrangement. In the beginning, I'm going to show you a simple arrangement. So the people who wants to join or who wants to know what is Ikebana, this is the first step towards learning of Ikebana. One more point I will like to emphasize is, with the simplest of the flag, you can work it. We are in Bombay. In Bombay, we say a big city where we really don't get any material. We have to depend on the material of the market or commercial material. So out of those material, how do we work out a beautiful creation? In other places, they are lucky to have their friend's garden or friend's farm, their own farm, to have some exclusive material. But this is not possible for Bombay. So we should not be discouraged not to learn Ikebana. Yeah, we do bring nature in its true form in our house, but with whatever is available, we should be able to do it. Now, uh, this is what I will like to say about it. And for a creative person, whatever simple material they have in their hand, they can make a beautiful arrangement. So let's start our demo with the first arrangement, which is an offering to our God. And then any questions you like to know or any questions you would like to ask me, please unmute yourself at the end of the session and we can just discuss it out. Okay, so let's see the demonstration. We start our demonstration with a little prayer arrangement, because the God only gives us the inclination or intuition how to use the material. The material do talk, but the inspiration comes from up. And we do remember, I do remember my mom and my teacher, Mrs. Pitawala, when I'm starting my arrangement, and this is an offering to all of them. Now the container is small and the flower is big, gerbera. So I will give a different dimension by removing the petals. Basically, Ikebana is based on the Zen philosophy. So list you speak. This will be like one leaf. One flower. And a little another color. I will use this. These are the veneer strip to give a further line movement. So the arrangement will be more interesting. Where is then the list of the material? We'll start our demonstration. And this is the prayer arrangement or offering to Almighty, my teachers, and my mom. Now today I am going to show you the first arrangement, which is absolutely basic arrangement. All the students start learning with that arrangement where we need just basic 5 lines and 2 materials, and then as we go advanced, we go for the 3 materials. So Ikebana is with the lines, with the mass, and with the third material is always fragile and which fills up the area. For the basic arrangement, we have been told by the school which vase to use, and the technique of and the proportion that you have to study before going on a freestyle. So this is my first container, what I can use it for my basic style. It's a D-shaped container, and to keep the pin holder, keep the material in its place, I'm going to use the pin holder which is with the needle and keep the material into its place. Now the pin holders are of many shapes, round, triangle, square. So what you will use it is according to your container, shape of your container. Now if people don't have D container, they can use the simple thali what we have in the house. It's a round shape, so you can use the same thing, same pin holder, but the pin holder will come little forward than the half to make it more like a D-shaped container. Or this is a very easily available vase. I think you get it quite often everywhere, which has got a pedestal. So for the one which I am doing it right now, you can use this kind of vase also. So various vases you can start with, but they have specifically said which one to use. So right now I am going to show you in the D-shaped container. Now this D-shaped container, as I said, this will be the front. This will be to the viewers, and this will go against the wall. That is very important because then only you get the depth. Now pin holder is this, and we are going to use 1/3 center pin holder. So all my lines, whatever 5 lines I am using, are going to go very much in that 1/3 center, very close at the bottom. I am using the most simple material which is available everywhere, and I am here. The whole demonstration I am going to do the arrangement with simplest material to encourage you all to join and do the Ikebana. Now we have to add the water first, and water has to be always above the pinpoints. Remember, the flower drinks the water, so every day you have to check the level and add the water. There are 2 main lines. This is I am explaining little in detail. It has got 2 main lines, the subject, the main line, then comes the object. The length is always proportion to your container, and the gladioli is being measured from where you see the white color. This is white, so I am talking of white color. So it is twice the diameter plus twice the depth. We usually cut it in the water because by cutting in the water, the air doesn't go in and the flower material stays safe. It stays fresh for a longer time. Now in the nature you are not going to get any material which is straight. This arrangement emphasizes the beauty of vertical line. But like a vertical stick, you are never ever going to get the material. So you try to enhance the curve in such a way that it looks nice, and this tip and the base comes in a same straight line. No flowers look at you, they all are facing either on the side, and see the curve which is going right in the center. With that I am going to do this. Now if you will notice throughout my demonstration I have used pink, purple and white. That's all feminine color if you say white is a neutral color, because this is the month of February, Valentine Day. So the importance of pink and the reds are more. Now there are three flowers we need. One will be little bigger, so I'm just opening it up. How to place this flowers of a different size is also very important. Whatever I am going to place it down will be bigger, whatever I am going to place it up is going to be smaller. Now the object is the second line is known as object. It is the finishing point. My arrangement gets finished there. This is starting point. Nothing goes in the water, so I just remove the leaf. It is 1/3, as you saw I measured it. Leave little space between subject and object, like 1 fingertip space or little more, so you can put your fillers over there. Now fillers are so this is my 45, and you can see from the side the subject and object, how much space it gives in between. This is coming too much out, so right now I will remove it. With subject, I am going to use a filler of subject, which will be, as I am going to emphasize the beauty of my vertical line as a subject, I cannot take something very long. It will lose the beauty of that line. So I will not go more than 2/3. And I may place it anywhere. I am going to place right now behind, because I feel this line and this line are talking to each other and they are very well balanced. You can place it in the front also. So filler which is in tall, the other filler will take it which is shorter than the first filler. And I will try and take it on the opposite side, so it will be very well balanced, 3 lines. These technical things have been told and you are supposed to learn that. After learning all these technical things, you can create your own styles, and that is known as free expression, where you still follow the rules, but you can change something to make it your own. But this will be, make it as your signature arrangement. But these are the style which have to be learned. Now this leaf I am adding, and I am adding, this is the part of this material, gladiolus. So I am adding it with that as if it is a part of it, and it enhances the beauty of my line. When I am adding behind, it cannot go more than 2/3 of my line. If I am adding in the front, it can be half, so it doesn't hinder the flowers. I will add one more rose. I can go smaller than the object or taller than the object. Now as my rose is small compared to my object has to be the best bloomed flower, so I will go little taller than my object. And place it. Now you find that all my lines are seen. So to hide this, I can add the flowers, the rose stem with the leaves, so it will hide. Now you see it, from this point we went to this point. This is the end of my arrangement, this is the starting of it, and I have given a back balance, so much depth I have just created with my 5 lines. And when you want to check it whether you are right or wrong, just see that all your 5 lines are separately seen from both the sides. Now I will remove, and just to make it more interesting and little more colorful, I will add little third material. When you add third material, it has to be softer than the second line, very dainty, just for the color you are adding it. So without that third material, your arrangement is complete. But to get little more color, you add the third material. Ikebana is done with very silently. This is what I observed when I took a class in Japan, that none of the students are talking, they are just concentrating on their arrangement and doing it. So that concentration comes only if you are with your flowers and really listening to the language of your flowers. So this is adding the beauty, not disturbing my lines. Still there is enough space between all the lines to make it look neater. Now you can see with just minimum of material, this is the basic what is O'Hara style, which is called a rising form, and any student who join the classes, we start in O'Hara school with this arrangement. Now first I showed you with the basic container, that was the D-shaped container, and this is similar to that arrangement. If you see it, instead of gladioli, I have used this dry of the coconut. It's not a coconut leaf, but the dry part of the coconut stem, and 3 flowers. In that we had used 3 gladiolis and 2 flowers. So little change in the combination, but it is similar to that, and the starting point to my end point, but yeah, it has got little free expression. So this line is coming a little out of my front area. So I have used 3 gerberas, 1 syngonium, and 2 of the dry of the erica palm in little pedestal vase. So the pedestal vase helps it to show more height of the main line. This arrangement is also a basic in a different combination, just to give you an idea that different vase, how it looks in all the different vases which you can use it. Another arrangement with 2 containers. They both are triangle shaped container, which is very interesting. You can put this container like this and work. You can keep one front and one back, and here the mouth is quite big enough to put the pin holder. You can take out the material from other side. It depends on your arrangement, how do you do it. Now this is a flat, so I will like to raise the back vase, so I will put extra support down to raise it. So I will put one wooden. This is my yoga brick, which I have covered it today with black paper to go with the black vase. And while working, I will decide that how the placement of this container will go. With this I am going to use dry of foxtail. I had foxtail in lockdown from my friend's house, and it just went away, the leaves. And the dry was so beautiful that I kept it. And today when I wanted to use black and white, I said let me paint this black and one white, so we can make into some interesting line and movement with that. So white I am going to put with the white one, and the black with black one, or should I go reverse? Reverse also will look nice. So let's try doing reverse. And I have given an extra support of a rose stem down to increase the height. So this is going to be a line material. Now as I said, we can use this to bring out the line, so I am going to take the advantage of that and remove my one line from there. So basically with that it will connect my both the vases. So let's start with the black one. So I need a line. It is not coming from back, it is coming from the, I'm not front, it is coming from the back. Now this line is going and mingling with this line, but both the line has become of a same height. So we will reduce the height of this line. Insert the stem so it goes in the pin holder properly. So this has become a connector, this has become a connector. So now you need something when you are doing in two vases to get it connected. But in that also, if I put one vase separate, it need to be the complete arrangement. Secure your stick, whatever lines you are adding first. So they are crossing, all the lines are crossing each other and getting connected. Now I actually know how much distance I want to keep it between them. In this arrangement, the more emphasis is on the crossing line. Okay, so the flowers are going to be very less, and in Ikebana, as I told before, less is more. These are sweet williams, and I have purposely taken two different shades, one little light and one little darker. So as my vases are of two different colors, so these are sweet williams, and these are again the round flower or the mass flower or the all flowers together. So I call it a line, not a line flower, a round flower. And light color I will put it behind with my black vase. The importance is of the crisscross of line. So these are going to not distract the structure we made it with the line. So they are going to be placed very low just to highlight the base. Now this will be placed very low, and I may add because we have made vases up and down, they are not in a one flat surface, so it gives a lot of movement of 1 to 2 from low to little high. Here I will add one more line straight lines, and one more here, but it will go giving me a back balance. Now the third flower, I think we need it at the base, at the back side, to give a back balance and get it, like how I said, both the vases gets connected. So these lines are black in front of the black vase, but if you come closer and see, you can see that black line very prominently, and this will give another back balance. Now as a third material, green is very important to use it. So either we can use green flower or green leaf, but I think the green Saphira leaves will go very well because it's again round in the shape and it will fill up the area very nicely. So we try to place Saphira leaves. I think this is the area in black container where I will like to add the green, which is again looking up, and the second leaf will go in this part. I think this will go like a flat way. So placing of leaf is also very important where you are placing. Sometimes you need it to look up and it becomes flat like this, and sometimes you want it to highlight the plane of it. So you will show the beauty of the whole plane of the leaf. So all of it are crossing to each other. I will make it a little more zoom so you can see the black line and everything, and all are like, this is high because we raised the height of this container, so that you always remember to, none of the lines are of the same height. So we have taken all the lines of different height, still they are crossing, they are very thin lines, they are crossing each other in their angle wise, connecting each other. The white is connecting the black, black is connecting the white, so both the vases are getting connected. And without putting flower, the structure was as it is complete, but to add the color we chose the round flower, that's a sweet William, and here also we took two different colors. Okay, so in one vase we made it heavy with 3 flowers, and in another we put the 2 flowers and one Saphira. So these are the freestyle vases, and where do you put it, it will look nice. That's another thing. You need a space this much to emphasize the beauty of your material and to enjoy your arrangement. So somewhere the space has to be almost 2 feet to go for the arrangement. So the console or the side board of your dining area is a nice place rather than your side table in the drawing room. And the background, if it is a dark, the white lines will be seen. Yeah, now one more arrangement, we will show it for a different area where you can put it in your house. So I am going to show you one tall arrangement that will be like a tall, we call it a heka. Always put water inside first, so the material will stay better. I'm going to use driftwoods. Driftwoods are a very interesting thing. They have got their own textures. So if you see, I want to show it has got its own natural beauty also. So while doing the arrangement, I don't want to hide the beauty of this by putting so many flowers. If you see, it has got lovely lines and the curves and everything. So I will like to keep it open. And when we are putting it, just try to secure it in such a way that it doesn't bother. If you see, it has been secured, but it will just still tilt. So another piece, and if you see, it has got its own burn mark. These are the wood which are picked up from the forest, and they are seasoned. So it's not going to get any insect or something. And so now it has been secured. So while doing it also, it's not going to move. And still, if you feel it is going to move, you can tie it, you can get that point where you can tie it up together. Now the material what I am going to use is chrysanthemum. It is a chrysanthemum season, and the chrysanthemums are very much in, and very fresh chrysanthemum we are getting in the market. So these are the chrysanthemum. And with that I am going to use areca palm. Always trim your material and just think where you will like to put it. So I will like to have this part with my material. So one, and the second plant. Now cut it in a slant. So this part, the slant will go back and touch the ring. So one is little high, one is little low, but always remember to give the depth. Now this, it's as a proportion, it's not right proportion. I have to give long line to make it into a proportion. So I'm going to use a areca palm. But it will be put, why I'm using areca palm is that it will not hide. If I put another stronger leaf, it will hide my beauty of this line, and which I want to show it. So I will put the areca palm. There is no much space for me. Okay, so now the height has been provided like proportion to my vase. I got the height from that palm. One palm doesn't serve my purpose. I need a balancing line behind. So one palm will be placed behind which will give me back balance also, and which will give me depth. So my arrangement starts from this point to this point. The depth is very important in Ikebana arrangement. Whether we are using two flowers, 3 flowers, we have to create a depth. Now with 2, I think something green, we need it down here. So it just at the mouth, so it just gives a nice flow as well as it looks nicer. As I said, it is up to the rim, the water is up to the rim. So when you are putting the material, it is just staying, the water balances the material. Okay. Now after putting these two materials, you can see that what I was trying to tell you, that the beauty of my driftwood is there. If I put lots of flowers, my beauty of this driftwood will be lost, and it will be like any other arrangement what you are making it. So this is a button chrysanthemum, and that's again green, because I don't want to bring any third color. If you observe it, the vase has got the brown line. So that brown line is the driftwood, and green and white is always there in our arrangement, and that's the smartest combination. So if I feel to put a third material, it will be again green only, and I don't want to clash with driftwood. As I told you, I am giving importance to driftwood. The third material what I am trying to put is not compulsory. This is also a complete arrangement. So if you feel that you want to avoid that, you can. I will try to put it. If it fits, fine. Otherwise, it will be arrangement with just two materials. And as you know, we can have arrangement with one material also. So it's not necessary to, minimum is the most important rule of it. It's not necessary to just keep on adding more and more material. If you can do it with the less, it turns out more interesting. So we did this arrangement. There is no sponge, there is no other mechanic inside. It's just staying on its own. And for that, you need a practice. So I know my frame of the arrangement, where I want to put it, just to give the height. As for the vase, I have put my areca palm long. This is on the back side, and the one more in the front, and just little green in between to break the concentration of the white here. So you will like to see it from the side. You can see each and every line separate. It's not clustered. So that's the how we take the lines, that nothing comes in one straight horizontal or vertical. Any material is with the different angle. Now the placement of the arrangement is very important. You do a beautiful arrangement, but if you place it in a wrong way, it's going to lose its beauty. So this arrangement cannot be looked, it is not going to look nice from the back side, neither it has got the top view, it has got the front view and the side view. I showed you the side also, where to show you the depth. So this arrangement is to be placed either on the side table or on the console, which has got the height from the floor 18 inches to 24 inches. So if it goes higher than that, it's also not going to look nice. So placing is very, very important to, in Ikebana too. Now, as I showed you one heka arrangement, heka is a tall container, right? And then this arrangement is also similar to that, where you put the flowers and the branches or whatever you are putting without the pin holder. It has got its own method where you will put your own way of putting it, which is very important to learn. There is no flower sponge also put inside. Now this line is so beautiful. When I was taking a walk, I saw it and I just picked up. It was lying in my bucket from many, many days, but today when I just saw it, I felt like doing it. So in this arrangement, I am showing the beauty of this line. In the other arrangement, it was a driftwood. With this, I just fixed it with another wooden line, wooden stock, so which has got its natural tip, if you can see it. And it is going very well, and it is, because this is thick, it is balancing it very well. Now the flower, there we use chrysanthemum. This flower is also in the season right now. It's a brassica. If you will see it in the closer, you will see purple green color, and some flowers, some petal has started drying it up. but that yellow color is also adding the beauty to this whole flower, so I'm not trying to remove it. And with that I'm using the Syngonium leaves, and Syngonium leaves are also quite big, and big in that sense that we need a bigger leaves, because the proportion of this branch, which is so high, to balance it, and the bloom of this flower, to balance it, we need a bigger leaf on the as a base, to give a it gives a background to this flowers, the green, and this green is very important, which is very high, so it goes with the line. This is a curved line, and this goes as a straight line, so this straight line is actually highlighting that curved line. So the line is there, and this is the mass I have used it, and with this, as it has got the green, I use the green chrysanthemum as a third material. So I have used 1 and 2, and there are 2 brassicas. It is just a question of 2 small chrysanthemum, 2 brassica, 2 leaves, and again 2 of this. So combination of 2 in this container, and the container has got the natural nude shade of brown, so it goes very well with this. Now this also has to be placed. It is 3D, you can see it from the side. So we can't have a top view or the back view. So again, it has to be placed on the side table or on the console or on your dining area where you have a sideboard. So those are the places where you can place this arrangement. As we are taking different parts of your house, we cannot forget the center table arrangement, which is always below. And in Ikebana, we don't have much of all around arrangement. This will be seen from all the side as well as the top view. We have got that Mawaru Katachi in Ohara style, which is all around arrangement. But what I am trying to show you today is a free expression, where I am going to make it the arrangement in such a way that all the angles, when you see it, it will be looking different from all the angles. And top view is supposed to be very important. So while choosing the material, you choose the material which looks nice from the top material, and connect it it is circular, and I have got a circular table. So this arrangement goes on the rectangular or circular table. So now I have got this very interesting material. It's a datura, which we use it for God Shiva. So this has got some texture if you see it with the clothes, and if you put it, it has got an interesting top view. So I am going to add this also in this arrangement. I am going to leave like almost 2/3 of the area plain, so you can see the water. Water is also a part of your flower arrangement. You don't have to put the flowers all over and just cover up the whole area, but showing the water makes it more interesting. So I will just add the water, and I have put one pin holder on one corner. Now I am going to give a circular movement with Dracaena leaves, but Dracaena leaves are too broad, and it will take a lot of space of my what I want to show, just 1/3 of the vase to be covered. So if I use the Dracaena leaves as it is, it's going to take a lot of space, and I won't be able to show more open space. So I will cut the Dracaena leaves into thin lines. So you can say I am giving an unnatural look to my natural material, but which is allowed in your free expression. So these are I have kept ready to show you, which I have kept it, cut it and kept it, so we can just go a little faster. The height of the arrangement cannot be more than 6 inches. Leaves, I am going to add the flower. As I said, it cannot be taller than 6 inches. So the flower, and we have to see the beauty of the top. One more. I will need it still lower than that. So it's like a, you can say, lotus. It's also pink color lotus, but it's not really lotus. And as I said, I find this very fascinating to incorporate because the surface, the texture of both are very different. So and remember that we have to show the top. They are together, but they are not so close to each other. Every flower has got that enough breathing space. This one is coming out on the vase, on the periphery of the vase. Now the leaf what we use also has to be round. So again, Cephalera is our savior. I'm going to take 1 or 2 button chrysanthemum, not the whole bunch, just 1 or 2 of it. Now this is a thin material, thin in the sense it's a smaller than our main material. It can afford to go up and it can highlight this flower. Now this has become purple and green, and we have got a status also which has got purple tinge. Combination of material is really important. And this is the thinnest of material which can be used as a line to go on the side also. So we are extending our arrangement more on that 1/3 part. Now I find that my pin holder is seen here. So I need to cover it up because it is top view and we cannot afford to have pin holder seen. So we'll take chrysanthemum, button chrysanthemum. I was working from this side, so you have seen this side as a front, but if I turn the arrangement, you will see how it looks from all sides, because it's a all around arrangement, and person, it's a different from all the angle. So person is curious to know that how it looks from the other side. In Zen aesthetic, one of the principle is that when you design it, you make the design in such a way that the person is curious to see what is not seen. So unseen is also a very important aspect in Ikebana. And if you see the top view, it has to be really nice, showing you the beauty of that top. So if you see that the Dura, all spiky things are looking, this is a smooth thing. So all this smooth and spiky and different kind of textures you can see in the arrangement. And if you notice, this leaf, Cephalera, serves the purpose of that roundness.
Okay, now Purnima, there are some question answers, but first I must tell you, thank you for all the arrangements were just beautiful and they were very well explained. And also there were a lot of comments. All your arrangements were gorgeous, masterpiece, and very well explained, and with the simplest of materials. And you did not take everything what was available in the market with just uh, a few material. You created 5 to 6 arrangements, and that's really really commendable. So shall we start with the questions? Are you
Sure,
ready? Okay.
sure. Hope the video really inspired people to learn it, and those who have really learned may like to adapt some of the points.
Okay. Okay. So the first question was from Alka, and she said, "What is kept inside the vase to hold the flowers?" That was in the this arrangement, the prayer arrangement.
So the black vase, the first one, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
in that we have kept a small pin holder, and it's a cup pin holder. The pin holder is fits in the cup, so that it is above the. It doesn't go right in. It just stays up, and it becomes easier for anybody to work with.
Okay. And where will those pin holders be available? Do you have any idea?
All the nursery stores do keep pin holders.
Okay, thank you. The next question is that in that rising form with free expression, the pink gerbera faces backwards. Is that okay? Because you say bring out the beauty of the flowers. So
Yeah, but it is not always that the front is so beautiful. There, I was emphasizing the line. It had a beautiful curved line. So I just wanted to give the importance to that, and then I wanted to show the color. So the color was behind, but it has been seen. So no need to always face the flower in the front. Yeah, it is allowed to show the back of the flower.
okay. Now there's another question from Sonal, and she says, "How long will these arrangements last? Like how many days?"
At least for 5 days, and just check that water is there, the one which I told you in the beginning about the pin holder or on the up to the rim of the container. But you have to take a care that it is not displayed in the sun, and the flowers are treated properly. So at least for 5 days, the arrangement can last.
Thank you. Then the another question was the triangle vases. Where do you place them? And I think you answered that. This was, I think, before the question was
Yeah,
asked.
I have already mentioned in while making the arrangement that it needs at least the depth of 2 feet. If you put it very close to each other, it will lose its beauty. So anywhere you get that the depth of 2 feet, it will look better.
Okay. Then the Heka vase. A question was how are the flowers supported?
So for that, you really need to learn the Ikebana. There is no support system down. There is no flower oasis down. It is the stay method or the stay method and the support method is used.
Okay. And following that, in the Heka vase, how much water do you put, basically?
It's up to the rim of the container.
Okay. The entire, you fill up the
the whole vase is covered with the water.
Okay. Then, what were the long black and white lines in the triangle vase arrangement called? In the
They
triangle
were
vase,
the dries of what did I say?
foxtail asparagus.
A foxtail. It's a dried foxtail which I painted into black and white.
Yes. So when the leaves fall off, the material dries, and then you painted it like that?
Yes, because I loved when drip fall off, I loved the line of it. So I preserved it. And then I said, when I was doing this demo, I said, let me paint it into black and white. Okay. You can color it with whatever color you want.
Okay. So I have a question that in the, in the PPT, in the presentation, you showed that you were teaching children. Now,
yes.
From what age can children learn, basically?
They can learn from the age of 10 years onwards, because teaching the children is the best thing right now. Their concentration increases, they really cool down with the nature, they become closer to the nature, so they will try, as a future generation, they will try to preserve the nature as it is. So I think it is best we all should go out and teach the children first.
And also in this age of, the iPads and laptops and all, this is a way to concentrate also, right? For children.
Yes, and it is quite relaxing to work with the nature. It really brings a calmness, or you can say you feel really peaceful while working with the nature.
Okay. And then there was one more question. Where can we join this live workshop or any course in Mumbai?
You can register with Pratik. We are going to put up a flyer. So there will be a lot of all the numbers and the website and the Facebook information is there. You can register with us, and we will keep on sending all the information about the classes.
Right. So then do you spray anything on your arrangements?
No, I have not sprayed anything on my arrangement. If you spray, if you want put a oil on to get a shimmer, sometimes people do use oil on the leaves, but I think it makes, it becomes too shiny and it looks very unnatural. And other thing, it turns out black very fast. So if we are thinking of enjoying our arrangement for 5 days, then we cannot afford to do that.
Okay. I think if anyone has any questions, can they unmute themselves and you can ask your questions? Anyone? You can still unmute yourselves and talk if you want to chat with Purnima.
Hi, Purnima.
Hi.
I'm Jyotsna.
Oh, Jyotsna, I'm so glad that you could join it.
Yes, of course. I've been watching you from the very first moment. Very nice. Very well explained. You spoke very well, and beautiful arrangement, simple but most elegant. Good.
Thank you so much. And in our Bombay house, the space is a constraint. So we can't make a larger arrangement for a home display. And materials, we are always short.
Actually, you will be surprised, but my first Ikebana lesson was in this Indo-Japanese Association. Ages back.
Oh, really? That's a credit to Indo-Japanese. Indo-Japanese has given a lot of promising Ikebana artists.
Yes, and Mr. Pohekar was there.
Yeah, Mr. Pohekar.
And before Mrs. Pithamala took over, there was some Japanese lady who was teaching, so I learned from her. Same Ohara school.
Yeah, so we are like in Indo-Japanese, we are teaching Ikebana for last 50 years.
Yes.
So that's the biggest, credit to the institution
for
spreading the any art, you see any Japanese art is being taught by the Ikebanas.
I know that. That's
Indo-Japanese
why
Association.
I suddenly remember. I said, "Oh my God, I learned from Indo-Japanese Association 8 years back." It's good.
Yeah, even I am from Indo-Japanese Association, and I'm proud, very proud to be associated with them.
Good, thanks.
Thank you.
Then I'll just Pratik and
Okay, I will really like to thank you all for being a part of our program of spreading Ikebana. That is very important to spread the art rather than showing them the difficult arrangement where they will run away and they will feel that they cannot do. And I am thankful for Ikebana's study group as an Indo-Japanese, part of Indo-Japanese, to make such a beautiful event for me to express myself in my flower arrangement. I must thank Sujata. She has been a tremendous help in it. She is a I.J.A committee member and she has taken over the whole technical part and she has done a beautiful job. And Poonam Saxena, she is another I.J.A committee member. I must thank you all first for letting us show our activities. Pratik?
Thank you, Purnima. It was a pleasure watching you, and it was so well explained that, you know, even we had a good revision and very well explained. Thank you for your demo.
okay, I'll hand over I'll hand over the screen to Pratik.
Can I just thank Purnima, please?
Yes. Just 1 second. Pratik, hold on. I'll just share.
Sorry, I just went to wash my hands.
No problem.
Purnima ji, thank you so much. It was a wonderful, well explained, to the point, and very calmly explained. So that's your plus point, that there's no hardbad in explanations and the minutest details are taken care of. So one goes away with a very nice feeling that you have really gained something out of this, of your demo as well as your details. Thank you so much, Purnima ji.
Thank you, Jyoti ji, being a part of our demonstration. I really appreciate it.
I'm always part of you. You are always part of me.
I know it. You are a good supporter to my work. I agree with you.
Thank you so much. Yes. All the very best.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And
Bye.
Meenakshi Devi also was there. So, you know,
okay. Meenakshi ji, I'm so thankful that you also could join it. You are a sub-grandmaster now, and we are now much below you, but you took out your time to be with us. I really appreciate that.
okay. So I'll hand over the screen to Pratik.
Yes.
Thank you. 1 second. Thank you, Purnima. It's a pleasure watching you. Your simple arrangements always, you know, a pleasure to watch. Thank you very much.
And we enjoy seeing your exclusive material, but in Bombay, as I said, we are always lacking for the material.
Yeah, in Hyderabad, we are all lucky to have big gardens and access to good materials.
But that should not keep us away from doing Ikebana, right?
Yes, very true, very true. Thank you, Purnima.
Thank you so much.
Okay, Pratik, you can take over. Please unmute yourself.
On behalf of Indo-Japanese Association, I would like to thank all the participants, all our Indo-Japanese Ikebana students to be a part of this demonstration. And I also want to thank our demonstrator, Miss Purnima Shah, for arranging a beautiful demo, and Miss Sujata Bhatt for helping us in all the technical details. Now I would like to say something about the other courses which Indo-Japanese conduct on Japanese languages, conversation Japanese, bonsai, origami, and sumie paintings, and Ikebana. We also have various courses, so contact details and registration details will be shared on the screen. Have a nice day. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. And I'm sharing the I.J.A details with you.